Learning the names of objects in English is a very important step. When you know the names of things around you, communication becomes much easier and more natural. You can ask for what you need clearly. For example, "Can you pass me the spoon, please?" instead of just pointing. This ability helps you to connect with other English speakers in a more direct and effective way. Knowing these words builds your confidence. You will feel more comfortable in everyday situations, like shopping for groceries, eating at a restaurant, or simply having a conversation with a friend at their home. It is the foundation for building more complex sentences and expressing your thoughts and needs with precision. Imagine you're in a shop and you need to buy something specific. If you know the name of the item, you can ask a shop assistant for help directly. For instance, you could say, "Excuse me, where can I find the batteries?" This is much simpler than trying to describe what a battery does or what it looks like. Similarly, if something is broken in your apartment, you can tell your landlord exactly what the problem is. You can say, "The faucet in the kitchen is leaking," which is very clear. Knowing the correct words for objects helps you solve problems quickly and avoid misunderstandings in many different daily scenarios. Knowing the names of everyday objects also helps you understand others better. When someone talks to you, they will use the names of these objects. If you know these words, you can follow the conversation easily. For example, a friend might say, "Let's sit on the sofa and watch a movie." If you know what a sofa is, you will understand the suggestion immediately. This makes interactions smoother and more enjoyable. It is like having a key that unlocks a new level of understanding in the language, allowing you to participate more fully in conversations and activities that happen all around you every single day. Finally, building your vocabulary with object names is a fun and practical way to learn English. You are surrounded by these objects all the time, which gives you constant opportunities to practice. You can look around your room right now and start naming things: bed, lamp, window, chair. This active learning method makes the language feel real and useful. It is not just about memorizing lists from a book, it is about connecting words to the physical world you live in. This connection makes the words easier to remember and use correctly in real-life situations, making your learning journey both effective and engaging. Let's start our journey in the kitchen, a room full of useful objects. In the kitchen, we cook and eat food. You will find a refrigerator, which is a big box that keeps our food cold. We use a stove or an oven to cook our meals. For eating, we use a plate for our food, a bowl for soup, and a glass for water. We also use cutlery, such as a fork to pick up food, a knife to cut it, and a spoon for liquids. You will also see a sink with a faucet where we get water and wash the dishes. These words are very common and useful for daily conversations about meals and cooking. Now let's move to the living room. This is often a place where families relax and spend time together. A central piece of furniture is the sofa or couch where people sit. In front of the sofa, there is often a coffee table. People put drinks, books, or a remote control on it. For entertainment, many living rooms have a television. The room might have a bookshelf filled with books and a rug or carpet on the floor to make it comfortable. A lamp provides light in the evening, and curtains or blinds cover the windows for privacy. Knowing these words helps you talk about your home and what you do to relax. Next, we can look at the objects in the bathroom. This is the room where we wash. You will find a toilet and a shower or a bathtub. In the shower, you use soap to clean your body and shampoo to wash your hair. After washing, you use a towel to dry yourself. You will also see a sink, which is usually smaller than the one in the kitchen. Above the sink, there is often a mirror where you can see your reflection. People use a toothbrush and toothpaste to clean their teeth. These are essential words for talking about personal hygiene and daily routines. Finally, let's look at the bedroom. This is where we sleep and rest. The most important object in the bedroom is the bed. On the bed, you have a pillow for your head and a blanket to keep you warm. Next to the bed, there might be a nightstand, which is a small table. You can put a lamp or an alarm clock on the nightstand. For storing clothes, there is usually a closet or a wardrobe. There might also be a chest of drawers, which is a piece of furniture with several drawers for folded clothes. These words are useful for describing your personal space. When you go to school or study, you use many specific objects. You carry your things in a backpack or a school bag. Inside, you will have books to read and notebooks to write in. To write, you use a pen or a pencil. If you make a mistake with a pencil, you can use an eraser to fix it. You might also need a ruler to draw straight lines and a sharpener to make your pencil sharp. On your desk in the classroom, you will find these items. The teacher writes on a whiteboard or a blackboard at the front of the room. Knowing these school-related words is essential for students. Let's explore the objects you can find outdoors, for example, in a park or a garden. In a park, you will see many trees and flowers. People often sit on a bench to relax and enjoy the fresh air. Children can play on a playground which has a slide, a swing, and a sandbox. You might see a path for walking or cycling. In a garden, you might find a lawn, which is an area of green grass. To take care of the garden, people use tools like a shovel to dig and a watering can to give water to the plants. These words help you describe nature and outdoor activities. When we travel or move around the city, we see many different objects. On the street, you will see cars, buses, and bicycles. Traffic lights tell the vehicles when to stop and when to go. Pedestrians walk on the sidewalk or pavement to be safe. You will also see street signs that give information or directions. Buildings line the streets, and these can be shops, offices, or houses. There are also street lights that illuminate the area at night. Understanding these words helps you navigate a city and talk about transportation and your surroundings with greater ease. For sports and recreation, different objects are used. If you play football, you need a ball. If you play tennis, you need a racket and a ball. For cycling, the main object is the bicycle, and it is important to wear a helmet for safety. If you go swimming, you wear a swimsuit and maybe goggles to protect your eyes. At the beach, you might sit under an umbrella to get shade from the sun. You can build a sandcastle with a bucket and a spade. These words are fun to learn and use when you talk about your hobbies and leisure time. One of the best ways to remember new object names is to label things in your home. You can use small sticky notes. Write the English name of an object on a note and stick it on that object. For example, write door on a note and put it on your door. Write mirror and put it on your mirror. Every time you see the object, you will also see its English name. This method creates a constant and visual reminder. It helps your brain make a strong connection between the word and the actual item, which makes it much easier to memorize the vocabulary in a natural and effortless way. Another very effective technique is to use flashcards. You can make your own flashcards or use a digital app on your phone. On one side of the card, you can draw or put a picture of an object. On the other side, you write the English word for it. You can review these flashcards every day for just a few minutes. Try to say the word out loud when you see the picture. This active recall practice is powerful for moving new words from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. You can carry your flashcards with you and practice any time you have a spare moment. It is also very important to practice using the new words in sentences. Do not just memorize the word chair. Try to make a simple sentence with it, like I'm sitting on a chair, or the chair is blue. You can talk to yourself and describe the room you are in. For example, you can say, this is my desk, there is a lamp on my desk, my computer is also on my desk. This practice helps you to use the words in context, which is how we use language in real life. It makes you more comfortable and fluent when you need to use these words in a real conversation with another person. Finally, be patient and consistent with your learning. Do not try to learn hundreds of new words in one day. It is better to learn 5 to 10 new words every day and review them regularly. Consistency is more important than speed. Try to make a habit of naming objects you see as you go about your day. When you're walking to the bus stop, name the things you see. Tree, car, building, street sign. This simple daily practice will build your vocabulary over time. Celebrate your progress and remember that every new word you learn is a step forward on your journey to mastering English.